All right, so here's the thing, right? There is a price to pay when we are receiving uh, an abundant amount of compliment and praise and being told that we're beautiful or that we're sexy or that um, we look good and we got it going on and all that shit, right? What that comes with. Now, here's the thing first. If it's not true, then we're in for a harsh reality check at some point, right? But if it is true, then it's true. Cool. But what that develops is the requirement to work for what you want, the requirement to work for what you need. It goes out the door. The ego becomes inflated, right? Especially for women, they really start to believe these things, right? Now, a woman can look like Miss Seeley from The Color Purple, but being told she looks like a Beyonce. For I'm just saying the name Beyonce because people think that she's attractive. Not really my flavor, but people think that she's attractive, right? If she looks like Miss Seeley, but she's constantly told that she's a Beyonce, right? The character and moral values and all that comes with the looking like Beyonce. The development of that character goes completely out the window. You get what I'm saying? The need or the feel the need to work hard and to have great skill and to be able to cook and to be able to clean and to be able to uh, work and build yourself up. That stuff goes out the window, right? Because they believe these things, and then what happens is the ego becomes inflated and they become high minded, right? And so it becomes tougher to one attract a mate because you believe that you're something you're not. So your expectations go through the roof, right? Your expectations goes like I deserve, a man who makes so much money. I deserve this. I deserve that. I deserve this. But then when it comes to physical looks, you're really not in that bracket. You get what I'm saying? And then, fellas, we can get a little high minded as well. Not as much as women though. And for fellas, we tend to be truthful more so than to each other than women are to each other, right? And when it comes to us becoming high minded, you know, our values, our morals can definitely be thrown out the window a little bit, right? And like I said, we will at some point have a harsh reality check, right? And something leaves us when we don't have to work as hard. We can walk out the door and expect the world to be given to us based on the way we look. You understand? We can be adorned in fine jewels and all these beautiful clothing that really has no value. The amount of value that clothes and jewels have is just what we put on them, right? We spending $500 for something that's about to go out of style in 3 weeks or whatever, right? But how much value do we put in that, right? And those of us who believe those things, we are more easily deceived as we progress in life, right? There is a common understanding that we should not be deceived by the beauty of someone. It could be that the most beautiful people tend to have the most arrogancy, the most arrogant attitudes, right? Especially when they believe these things, and they're not humble, right? And they're not realistic with themselves. You get what I'm saying? And thus, in those of us who are, we do go after attractive things. We do go after the glitter. We do go after the looks. We do go after the big ass and plump breasts and the abs and you know, the fades and the waves and the gold chains and the cars and shit like that, right? Understand, this facade that we're putting on to look attractive to the world is not necessarily who we are. You get what I'm saying? We haven't been humbled yet. And so when we look at other people as well as looking at ourselves, I would suggest us be humble, right? Don't, if you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Cool. If you're ugly, you're ugly. Cool. But don't disregard and discontinue your pursuit to be a great person, to be a humble person, to be a person who understands that they must work for what they need, that they must put in the work for results, right? Because at some point, sooner or later, right, we will be humbled, and it's better that we humble ourselves rather than having to be humbled by someone else. Right? Beauty is one thing, right? But character is a completely different thing, right? Beauty plus brains is a fucking killer. You feel me? But anyway, man, y'all holla, tell me what y'all think. Peace.